Manchester City does it again. Pep Guardiola is spending and strengthening the squad once more. During the January transfer window, the citizens are preparing 3 transfers. Omar Marmoush from Eintracht to add goals, Vitor Reis, a young talented center-back from Palmeiras, and a true global sensation from Lens, 20-year-old Uzbek center-back Abdukodir Khusanov. Who is this and why is Guardiola so desperate to bring him to the Etihad? The key aspect of this transfer will surprise you because Khusanov is not what you might think. This guy has everything to change the world of football and the perception of the new generation defender. Khusanov is 20 years old and has played only 1.5 years at the top level, and City is already paying 50 million euros for him. But this is still a savings. Abdukodir's teammate at Lens, Danso, says this guy would cost no less than 100 million euros in the near future. The total transfer amount is estimated at 15 million euros, including bonuses, with a contract until the summer of 2029. The negotiations with City were led by none other than Jorge Mendes, who pocketed 5% of the transfer sum. Manchester City is not the only club that noticed the footballer's rapid progress. Real Madrid, PSG, Atletico, Newcastle, and Leicester also approached Lens. In Uzbekistan, Khusanov is called the leader of a new generation. For this Central Asian country, Abdukodir is an epochal, revolutionary player. Khusanov has already made history for his country by winning the U20 Asian Cup in 2023. He is highly respected at home. His father, Hikmat Hashimov, was also a professional footballer and played for the national team. His expectations for his son were maximum, and he made an unconventional decision. He gave Abdukodir the last name of his grandfather, Khusanov. This was done so the boy would make his way to the top of the football world through his work and not through the connections his father had accumulated in local football. Huge respect for this. His father was always his idol. He instilled in him the discipline that continues to guide him today, says Murat Dajanov, who worked with the defender at Bunyadkor, the first professional club in our hero's career. Here Kadir moved very quickly to the first team, significantly outpacing his peers in game understanding. Football IQ was always the strongest side of the player and led him to the top. However, at Bunyadkor, they believed that for stable performances, the boy was too skinny and small, and therefore easily let him go to the Belarusian club Energetic BGU. But he didn't stay there long either. Here he became a solid starter, playing 35 matches, scoring 4 goals and making 4 assists. Abdukodir demonstrated the quality of his shot. Teammates entrusted him with taking free kicks. Lens was the club that found this diamond in the distant Belarusian league. The U20 Asian Cup and the CIS Football Observatory, which collaborates with the French club, played a role. In April 2023, CIS included Khusanov in their ranking of the most promising central defenders, placing him 5th. Khusanov led the team to triumph in the tournament, and analysts from CIS recommended investing in the Rising Stars transfer. Only 100,000 euros were paid to the Belarusian club for the player, who might cost all 100 million euros in the future. When Lens signed Khusanov in the summer of 2023 as a 19-year-old, they described him as a sort of defensive dragster, agile and quick in his movement despite his robustness. The French club was confident they had struck gold. Naturally, it was the performances and profile of the promising Abdukodir that attracted our keen interest. At 19-year-old, the Uzbek legionnaire had already demonstrated developed maturity and game-reading ability. Joining the team, he will bring freshness and a thirst for progress. We are confident in his potential and his ability to integrate slowly but surely into our ranks, said Lens General Director Arnaud Poulet at the player's presentation. And ultimately, that's exactly what happened. The first season was spent on adaptation, 16 matches, 1,051 minutes. And this season, he's already a starter under new coach, Will Still, who greatly values the player's skill set. At the time of this video's production, Kadir, as the Uzbek is called at the club, has played 16 matches, 1,219 minutes. The guy has already experienced the top level, matches against PSG in League 1, performances for Lens in the Champions League, and already 18 matches for the national team. Manchester City is buying one of the most progressive center-backs in the world. Will Still has already made several grand announcements about Khusanov's abilities. Here's what he said after the match against Nice, which ended 0-0 in September 2024. "He's a monster. What he did again tonight, he scares me." This is how one of the most talented English coaches describes the player. "It's out of this world." Kadir is a battle machine. He's impressive physically and athletically. He's fast, strong, and has above-average field vision. He causes pain and is flawless with the ball. He's extremely well-rounded, very fast. Physically, he's an athlete. Kadir is so holistic. He's demonstrating a certain maturity for his young age. This season, we are learning more about him and seeing his maturity and composure. He's calm and strong in duels, praises Will Still. The player's physical data is impressive, although not extraordinary. Do you still remember why the Uzbek club let him go? Was too skinny and weak. Now this weak boy is 186 centimeters tall and weighs 84 kilograms. Khusanov is considered a very powerful and fast footballer. He can stop even the fastest players on the planet and is very strong in duels. There are not many players like this in the world. In appearance, Khusanov is a really physical center-back, both on paper and on the pitch, often going for close one-on-one duels. But he holds a lot more variety to his game, with great quality of interceptions and passes and decent speed for a center-back, says Ronan Karov, transfer market specialist for the French market. For example, here's how he destroyed PSG forward Gonzalo Ramos. Impressive. And here's Kadir in action against the super-fast Barcola. Physical strength and speed are what most fascinate Lens fans in Khusanov's game. He is called the Uzbek Sergio Ramos for his style of play, and that speaks loudly about the player's potential. At PSG, they considered him the successor to Marquinhos, also a very high assessment. Another nickname could be King of Clean Sheets. In 31 matches with Khusanov, Lens has kept a clean sheet in 12 cases, 1 in every 3 matches. Football scouts are confident that Khusanov will adapt to Manchester City. He is fast and strong. His first task is to gradually develop in the first team and earn his first minutes despite fierce competition. City has Ruben Dias, Manuel Akanji, Nathan Ake, John Stones, and Joshua Guardiola, and this summer Brazilian super talent Vitor Reis is expected to arrive. However, this transfer is a vision for the future. Currently, City's defense is not good enough, and Guardiola is already seeking solutions to numerous problems. Knowing Pep's love for experiments, it's possible the Spanish coach will try one of the center-backs in defensive midfielder position, thus freeing space in the center defense for Khusanov. There's also an option where Kadir could be loaned to one of the City Football Group clubs. A conditional loan to Girona is not excluded, as he would gain a lot of playing minutes there. But our prediction is this: every squad member is valuable to Guardiola right now. His defensive leaders are struggling to regain form this season, so such an addition to the squad is a luxury. Given all of City's defensive problems, the first Uzbek in Premier League history has a great chance to get playing time from his first matches, and even secure a starting spot. Why not? Among City's defenders, our hero is most similar to Ruben Dias, especially when it comes to the level of sporting aggression. There is a theory that Khusanov was bought for the potential sale of Dias, whose form has significantly dropped due to injuries. Kadir suits City also because he's fully ready to play in a high defensive line. Here's how he played against PSG in one of the recent matches. With outstanding physical capabilities, Khusanov is a player who can eat up huge grounds of the field. He easily took the ball from one of the fastest players on the planet right now, Ousmane Dembélé. His passing is very good, but Lens is not a team that possesses the ball much. So the City newcomer will have to adapt to Pep's football and work even more on the quality of his passes and game understanding. Under Guardiola's guidance, Khusanov's progress could accelerate exponentially, and we could see a true football monster setting the standards for the central defender position. Areas for improvement in Kadir's game are already apparent, and Pep will quickly identify them with his team's specialists. The player struggles to turn quickly to adapt to changing situations. There's inconsistency in maintaining position between the ball and the goal. He adopts a square and static stance, making him less flexible. He doesn't slow down movements at appropriate moments, complicating direction changes and situational control. Let's not forget that this top talent is only 20 years old, and as they say, the sky is the limit. He still has room to grow, and grow he will. Abdukodir Khusanov is an aggressive space eater who could mark a new era at Manchester City. His progress so far has been impressive in just 2 years from the Belarusian league to one of the world's strongest teams. Now it's up to Pep Guardiola's magic. World football stands on the brink of a new great discovery, and the name of this discovery is Abdukodir Khusanov. Friends, like the video if you find it interesting, comment on what you've seen and evaluate the player. And subscribe to our channel. Specifically, we have a video about how Omar Marmoush will revolutionize Manchester City attack, and we are planning to release a video about Vitor Reis. The Island. This is the channel where you will learn a little more about English top football. Goodbye.